Timing on that one. Thanks, Chris. Breaking news late this afternoon. The push for a COVID booster shot has been voted down. An FDA advisory panel rejected a plan to offer booster shots for most Americans. Members of the panel expressed frustration, saying that Pfizer provided little data on the safety of getting that extra dose. The advisory panel has endorsed the booster shots, however, for Americans 65 years of age and over, or those at high risk for severe disease. State of Ohio reporting another 206 COVID deaths today. There were 317 deaths reported this week. Lead investigator Brian Duggar joins us to discuss some of those numbers. And Brian, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around what we just gave people just there. But where does Ohio stand right now when it comes to these breakthrough infections that we've talked about?
Yeah, Jeff, I want to make this point. You see, the FDA rejected the booster shot, but that doesn't mean that they don't believe in the vaccine. In fact, they can look at a lot of the data which shows that it's really working exactly like it's intended. Over the past week, 94.5% of hospitalizations and 95.5% of all the deaths were in the unvaccinated. Now, these are numbers that we've seen consistently since going back to January, when the state started keeping track of this. And if the vaccine were waning over time, you would expect to see those numbers go down, but we just haven't. They're still very effective.
Yeah, and that is a great point that you bring up, Brian, as far as the effectiveness of the shot and this booster. Essentially, the panel just saying, we just need to see more evidence, and all of this being based off of a study and case studies that were done overseas. They just want to see more cases where it proves true to help those who are young. I know you continue to follow the number of infections in our schools. What have we seen there this week?
Yeah, you know, I said the same thing last week when I said it really is stunning to start to add up the numbers. And this week, it was even more stunning than last week. We had about 8,076 new student infections, 1,303 new staff infections. This is even higher than what we were seeing last week. And again, this isn't an accumulation of infections. This is new infections over the past week. So it's certainly concerning, and you know, people reached out to me on Twitter earlier today and they're kind of downplaying it. Why does it matter? Kids in school, they don't really get affected by this too much. They're not going to get seriously ill. But there are 159 people between the ages of 0 to 17 in the past week who ended up in the hospital. And with these numbers continuing to go up, you can only guess that hospitalization number is going to continue to go up too.
All right, lead investigator Brian Duggar joining us here in studio tonight. Brian, thank you.